Could John Fetterman be the savior Democrats have been looking for? While most of his party vows to fight President Trump every step of the way, the maverick Democrat senator from Pennsylvania is taking a different path, meeting with 47 down at Mar-a-Lago and shocking the ladies of The View after telling them that President Trump isn't such a bad guy.
I think overall it was a positive experience. I mean, he was kind, he was cordial. It wasn't in any kind of theater. It wasn't trying to get your picture taken to kind of put something out on social media. It was just really a conversation. I'm in the business of finding wins for Pennsylvania and for the nation, and engaging the president. I think I see that as doing my job.
I understand the need for bipartisanship. I didn't love the optics of you going to Mar-a-Lago.
I think it's pretty reasonable to have a conversation.
I mean, and Trump's called him a common sense person. I mean, it's refreshing, Greg.
It really is. You know, do stroke victims lose the sense of smell? I hope for his case, being at The View. But I do, it is amazing. Here, I mean, think about this. You have a stroke victim teaching talk show hosts how to communicate. It kind of should be the reverse, except The View's ability to engage normal human beings has gone out the window. They lost it a long time ago. They can't even engage with a guy who's just saying, hey, maybe we should engage. I think the Dems need to learn 3 words, I don't care, or 2 words, so what, or 1 word, so. So when Anna Navarro or anybody like that says something like, you know, I don't like the optics of you going to Mar-a-Lago, and you just go, so? And then they go like, oh, geez, because, you know, who gives a shit whether you don't like the optics of anything? This is, I'm going back to this is the problem with the party. You know, I don't love the optics of my colonoscopy, but I do it every 2 years.
2?
Yes. Wow. Yes, you should. Really? It's beautiful. It's the best colon you'd ever see, Judge. The Dems have to grow some cojones and say, you know what? We don't care if you don't like the optics. We're past that. We're now entering the present day world. I apologize for swearing, but I don't mean it.
And talking about your colon. Yeah. So on the show, Jesse, it was a remarkable moment when he said, I'm not interested in freaking out over Trump, but I am in the business of finding wins. Imagine that.
I think if you get a colonoscopy that much, you like it. And
I do it with anesthesia.
That's not what I heard.
At least that's her name.
Stop. The Democrats are always saying, well, let's have a conversation. And then they never want to have a conversation. That's the guy that we didn't think was capable of having a conversation is actually doing it better than they are.
Yes.
The Democrats won't talk to Putin. Cuba, they talk to Putin, Cuba, what Hamas they talk to the Taliban, but you can't talk to the President of the United States. The last time we stopped talking to each other as a nation, it was a civil war. Do the Democrats want to lose another civil war? I doubt it. The Trump, and Greg brought this up earlier, has split the Democratic Party. If you now have 35% of the party agreeing with Trump on trade, crime, foreign policy, the border, and abortion's kind of off the table, that means every election going forward, Democrats are just going to be running towards the right. What does that do to the Democratic Party? It weakens it. And it makes the Republican Party the party of the people. So until they figure out a better strategy, this is a party that is lost.
You know, Jessica, maybe you could respond to that while also responding to Fetterman directly addressing the audience. To everyone who is watching, he said, I hope maybe you who are watching are tired of the venom and the hate, and maybe you want bipartisan kind of things. Do you think more in your party can get behind that sentiment that Fetterman shared?
Absolutely, and there are a bunch of them, like Tom Suozzi, Pat Ryan, who are out there having this conversation. Anyone
are
who
they
wanted
in trouble
a swing
with the media too?
I don't think so. And John Fetterman's not in trouble with the media. He's in trouble with a few huge, left-leaning accounts.
They're not that fat.
Jeez,
Jessica, fat shaming The View.
Greg.
Okay. I still think everyone needs to continue apologizing for the crappy stuff you said about Fetterman when he was a quote-unquote vegetable.
I already did.
I did.
Yep.
I did.
Everybody, more people than just you.
I didn't say anything bad.
He was elected to represent the people in a state that also voted for Donald Trump. And I'm a firm believer, you always take the meeting. You take the opportunity, you go, you talk about what you see at home. I mean, he also said in the interview, because people have been starting rumors, oh, he's going to become a Republican. I saw that there were people on the right saying, rumor is there's a big defection next week. He said, I'm not going to become a Republican. I would make a pretty terrible Republican, pro-choice, pro-really strong immigration, pro-LGBTQ. I don't think I would be a good fit. You know, leave people alone to cope and to manage, especially when they're representing people who like the other guy in this election. And it doesn't mean, by the way, that they're going to like the Republicans in 2028. Donald Trump is very much a singular figure. I don't know if J.D. Vance appeals in the same way that Donald Trump does, or whoever is at the top of the ticket when that comes around.
Walz, that's for sure.
Sure.
Judge, I mean, he even seemed to puzzle the ladies there when he suggested that Trump's trial was politically motivated.
Oh, and they freaked out. I think it was, I'm not sure which one. It was Sonny. You mean the
It was
34 crimes that the financial crimes he was convicted of? I bet you she doesn't know what crimes they were because the verdict sheet didn't have the name of a crime on it, Sonny. But they're ready to go in there and say, yeah, he's been convicted. Look, they are so full of hate and anger and jealousy. It is disgusting, okay? And I'm tired of giving them any attention at all. The truth is that after 4 years and losing this election, they haven't learned a damn thing. And for them to give a United States senator criticism for speaking to the commander-in-chief and trying to find common ground tells me that they're not interested in America. They're interested in their own political ideology, whatever that is and however crazy that may be. And, you know, the optics of going to the palace at Mar-a-Lago. When's the last time Joe Biden invited anyone to dinner anywhere? At the White House or at, you know, any one of his homes, the several homes he had, that poor guy who worked for the government his whole life and had all these beachfront homes. I'm just sick of it. And, you know, Kamala Harris was all about joy and unity. And they're like, you go, Kamala. But they're not about joy and unity. They're about giving Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, you know, medals of honor, whatever medals they gave him, because they hated Trump. It's about hate. And I'm done with them.
Greg, does your frequent visits have something to do with your mug change? I just noticed it's not a unicorn
You didn't
anymore.
ask to touch my
Up next, a new era in the briefing room. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt takes on the media.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.